right, welcome back to another episode of The Morning Walk. And today we're going to really dive into the first step of change. I've developed a 4-step model for change, and each step really has a couple steps underneath them, some sub-steps. But today we're going to dive into awareness and what it means to be aware of our thoughts, aware of our beliefs. And I'm really excited to jump in, and hopefully you guys can glean some insights around what I have to say and apply it to your life. So if you want to change anything in life, if you want to grow in any way, awareness has got to be the first step. And when I've shared this with some of my clients, some customers, they've asked me, what do you mean it has to be awareness? Like, shouldn't I change my behavior first? Should I change my habits first? And I always respond to them, well, how do you know what to change without being aware of it? Right? I cannot change that which I am not aware of. And honestly, I won't change it if I'm not aware that it's negatively affecting my life. And oftentimes we don't understand that it's negatively affecting our life unless we understand it's going against our beliefs, our faith, our dreams, anything like that. We're not going to actually change it unless we're aware of it and we're aware that it's going against those base things. So when thinking about awareness, there are two kind of subcategories of awareness I want to talk about today. The first one being aware of our thoughts and beliefs and our dreams, the values that we hold underneath everything. The second is the awareness of those things that are contradictory to our values, beliefs, dreams, all of that. I want you at some point this week, or maybe tonight, to, in your notes app or in your phone, to just jot down the things you truly believe in, the things you value, the dreams you have. I want you to jot those down because I will not change anything about my behavior, about my thoughts, about my actions, unless they're going against what I truly believe in. And some of you listening to this may not even know what you truly believe in. And this is a great opportunity to figure that out. These can be things about faith. It can be values around justice or being kind, or, wars are fought with values, right? One person values something and someone wants to take it, or someone values something above something else. It's, I think, of politics. We have red side, we have blue side, something's in the middle, but we don't really hear about those. But there are different values on each side, and each side is kind of fighting each other about which one's more important. We're not going to be fighting anyone about it at this point, but what we want to do is write down our values and our beliefs and make sure that we know them. That is the basis of our mindset, is understanding what we value, what we believe, what our dreams are. That is the base of changing any mindset whatsoever. And the second part of awareness is then being aware of the things that are not pushing us towards those. They're the thoughts that are pushing us away from our beliefs. They're the actions that are pushing us away from our values. They're the habits that are pushing us away from our dreams. Those are the ones we want to be aware of so that we can then squash them and replace them with something new. Now, this exercise and really these steps I formulated are more for thought processes first, and then they can be replicated again for behavior. They can be replicated again for habit, action. They can even be replicated for responding to emotions. But I think it's really important to start with the thoughts, because I personally believe that your thoughts, everything in your head, is where it starts. If there's one thing that you can control in your life, it is your thought processes. It is your mindset. I can't always control how other people view me, what other people say about me. I can't control their actions, their habits, their thoughts, their behaviors. Sometimes I can't even control my own behaviors. Sometimes humans in general can't control their own actions, thinking of neurological disorders or some physiological disorders that happen to people. Sometimes those things aren't even guaranteed to be in our control. But one thing that we can control is our mindset. It's how we view the world. It's our perception of our response to the environment. So, when we're aware of our values and our beliefs and our dreams, and we're aware of those things that are no longer serving us, we can then dive into the next steps. And I'll go into them briefly in this podcast, and I'll kind of expand on them as the next couple of podcasts come out. The next step is curiosity, or almost research. So if we're going to play characters in these certain steps, the very first character is the observer. They're becoming aware of things. The next step is the researcher. Researching where that thought is coming from, where I learned it, why is it showing up in this way, how is it impacting me. It's doing the research, because oftentimes the things that we think are not actually our own active thoughts. We have automatic thoughts, we have intrusive thoughts, and these can come from a variety of different things. The two main categories I think they come from is spiritual warfare, and these automatic thoughts kind of come from our experiences, or mostly the things we absorb from other people. Now, what I mean by that is our brains are like sponges, especially when we're little. And our brains absorb so many things. So when I have thoughts of I'm not good enough, or maybe I'm not qualified for this job, maybe I shouldn't even walk into the interview, maybe I'm not enough. These thoughts oftentimes come from experiences or other people that have led us to believe those things. Maybe there was an experience where you tried something new and you weren't good at it. And it was in a vulnerable time in your life, and so you took it as maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I shouldn't try new things. Or you did something and someone else told you those things. You're not right for the job. You're not good enough to get this. You'll never be enough in your life. These are these things that we internalize and personalize inside of ourselves, so that then when they pop up in our head, we believe that they're actually our own thoughts when they aren't. They're literally these synapses in our brain that have developed because of these experiences. And when something triggers it, those things light up like a firework and consume our brain. And we believe that they're ours when they're not. So we do the research. We understand, where did that thought come from? We then take it and shift it to detachment. So I call this one the surgeon. We're going in and we're detaching and pulling apart the thought and the identifier that we're taking from the thought. And so now the statement of I am not enough is no longer attached to our identity, but it's now where it needs to be, where it was just something someone said or a feeling I felt at one point in time. We detach it. And this is so crucial because our identity can so often be wrapped up in the perception of others, and we don't need it there. That's not how we change. That's how we stay stagnant. That's how we stay where we are. And then once we detach from it, we then reassociate into it. We now get to decide what my thought is in this given situation. If I'm going into a job interview, maybe I am good enough, right? Maybe I am able to get the job. Maybe I am enough. Maybe trying new things is a good thing because it helps me grow. And if that aligns with my beliefs and values and dreams, then go for it. I should go for it. You should go for it. It's so crucial to reassociate our identity with another positive statement so that then we can change how we view that situation. And all of this creates our mindset. Our mindset is like an umbrella above our thoughts, our feelings, our behaviors, and it can dictate how those processes go. It can dictate how we respond to the world. It can sometimes dictate how the world responds to us. I can't always control how others react to me. But if I lead with kindness, if I reassociate myself to maybe I can do it, to persevere, to show people that there is a way, then that can be rewarding to others. It can show others that it is possible. Sports is a great example of this. And throughout all of my podcasts, I will probably give sports examples. But thinking about, Jackie Robinson, his mindset was, I will not be denied playing in this sport. I want to play baseball. I want to show them how good I am. And he would not be denied. And so what did he do? He played baseball despite the hate. And people saw him, people of color saw him, and they said, I can do that too. It was because of his mindset that then dictated and helped control the processes of his thoughts and his behavior and his responses to his feelings. It was because of his mindset. This can be you too. But it all starts with awareness. If you're not aware of what you believe, truly believe, what you truly value, you're not aware of the dreams that you have for yourself, then it's going to be really hard to narrow down what those things are that are holding you back from those things. It's going to be hard to dictate what those things are that are holding you back from your dreams. If I'm not aware of my dream, I can't pinpoint what's holding me back from it. I won't be aware of the exact thing I need to change in that moment. I won't. I just won't. I can maybe throw a dart at the board and get lucky. But think of it like sports. If my goal and my dream is to be a professional golfer, but my habits are that I only golf once a month, my habits are when I do golf, my thoughts are I'm not good enough or I'll never be good enough. Those are probably the first ones I need to change and be aware of to then start on the journey of being a good golfer. I should probably be more positive so I can create the bad moments into learning moments and then play more often so I can build up the strength and the endurance and the skills. It's the same thing with any dream that you may have. Be aware of the ways that you're falling short. And I use that intentionally because your dreams are mountains. And if we're not ready to take the journey up to this dream, then we are not going to be able to make it we're not going to be able to last. We won't be able to do it. We will fall short. And I don't want you to fall short in your pursuit of your dreams. And maybe when you start to become aware of what your beliefs and values really are, your dreams change. But I hope that your dreams point you in a direction of growth. And I think if they don't point you in a direction of growth, then they probably aren't the dreams that you need to have. But everything starts with awareness, awareness, awareness. Hey, if you liked this podcast video, please like and subscribe and give me a follow. And check out all the other episodes I have and anything else from my website or social media that you enjoy. Thank you.